All right. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining today's training on the new Allison James app. We have gone ahead and created our own app for easier access to tools, systems, and communication with our corporate team, your broker, and fellow Allison James agents. I can't wait to see what you all think about this. Our new app is available for download on both Android and Apple devices. You can find this simply by searching Allison James in your Google Play or your App Store. There is also a desktop version. Today's training is going to be on the desktop version of the app, but it's going to look the same as the mobile version. The mobile version is just slightly more condensed, but the functionality of the app is the same whether you are on the desktop or within your mobile app. Everyone should have received a welcome email this morning to activate your account. This email subject line is "Welcome to the Allison James app." If you have not received this email, please go ahead and type in the chat box of this webinar, and I will make sure that I resend that to you as soon as this webinar is over. Also, if you have any questions during the training, please go ahead and type those into the chat box as well, and I will answer any questions you have. I am going to hold off on all questions until the very end of the webinar, but if you have questions as they come up, please go ahead and type those into the chat box. All right, let's go ahead and jump right into the app. So again, this is the desktop version of the app, and to access the desktop version, you are going to go to allisonjames.converse.com. Now, Converse is just the company in which we use to create the app. So I'm going to go ahead and actually throw this into the chat for everyone so you have that all on hand. Again, that is allisonjames.converse.com. Now, when you log into the app, yours is going to look very, very similar. And in the upper right-hand corner, this is the header of the app. And this is where I'm going to start with today's training. When you log in, you are going to see a small colored circle with your initials in it. Mine's yellow, yours might be green, blue, purple, whatever that may be, but it's going to have your initials. I'm going to go ahead and start with my settings. That is going to bring up my profile. Now, when I click on this camera button here, this allows me to update the image. You can update your profile image. This would be a great place to update or to upload a headshot. That's going to replace this colored circle with your initials. That's going to replace that with your headshot. So again, headshot goes in profile image. The banner image is going to replace this gray rectangle in the background. Now, I've been telling people, go ahead and upload a photo of your family, maybe a photo of your dog, your favorite picture that you've ever taken of a sunset, whatever that may be. This is just going to help kind of personalize your profile a little bit more. Now, talking about personalizing your profile, we do have an edit profile button under the controls section of your profile. When I click on this, it's going to bring up everything that I can put into my profile. So your first and last name is going to be there by default already. You can add in a work phone, title, location, and a bio if you'd like. Now, as I scroll down, you're going to see that there's a number of fields that you can fill in. You'll notice none of these are required, so don't feel obligated to fill these in by any means. Fill in as much or as little as you'd like. But anytime you do come in here and make any changes, please just click on the Publish button. That's going to make sure all changes are saved to your profile. Okay? Next thing in this drop down, again, I'm just clicking on this drop down where my initials are. The next thing is the subscriptions. This is going to show you the rooms in the app you are subscribed to that you will receive notifications on. So you're going to see this green button here. It almost looks like a small Wi-Fi signal. Anytime something is highlighted green, that means I'm subscribed to this room. If I would like to unsubscribe from this room, which means I will not receive notifications on it, I'm going to go ahead and click on that green button, and that's going to unsubscribe. Same thing goes for when it's grayed out. That means I'm unsubscribed. If I do want to subscribe to that room, I just click on it, and it's going to subscribe me. Super, super easy. So again, subscriptions is going to show you the rooms you're subscribed to in which you receive notifications. Now, the notification section is going to show you how you receive notifications. There are two ways to receive notifications within the Allison James app. First, we have our email notifications. This means anytime something happens in a room you are subscribed to, or something happens to one of your tickets or posts, which I will explain here in a few minutes, you're going to get an email notification. The second option for notifications is push notifications. You do have to have the mobile app downloaded for push notifications, but this simply means that when something happens that you're to get notified of, it's going to pop up on your phone, much like it would if you were to receive a text message. Now, we do recommend that you have at least one of these two turned on so that you do receive notifications, but we all know our emails can get really flooded. Maybe you want to turn off email notifications and you only want to receive push. That's fine. Go ahead and just click on this green toggle button. It's going to go ahead and give you a warning first, letting you know by turning off you're no longer going to receive email notifications from Alice and James, and you just go ahead and click turn off at the bottom. Again, I do recommend having at least one of these turned on. All right. The last thing in my drop down that I'm going to go over is the log out. If you're primarily using the app on your mobile device, there's really no reason to log out. The only time you may want to log out is if you are using a shared computer or something along those lines. Okay. Next, on the header, we have our plus button. And this is a big part of the app, and I'm going to go over this later on in the training, but basically this is how you will add a post or a ticket into one of the rooms. And I know that doesn't make sense right now, but I promise everything will come full circle, and it will. Next, we have our magnifying glass, which is how you would search within the app. So, for example, I want to search for KV Core videos. I'm going to go ahead and type in KV Core. I'm going to go ahead and click on the search button. That is going to bring up all search results that are relevant to KV Core or whatever this keyword is that I inputted. Now I can go ahead and make this a little bit more specific, or I can keep it very general. So KV Core is general. If I wanted to make it more specific, I might type in KV Core video. That's going to go ahead and pull up everything related to KV Core video. Okay, so again, this magnifying glass is going to be the best way to search within the app. Now I'm going to jump over to this left-hand side, which is our main navigation panel. I'm going to start up at the top with the home button. This is your daily news feed and is going to show you any recent updates that have been made in the app. So you can think of this kind of like a Facebook news feed or a Twitter news feed, whatever social media platform you use. Think of it like that. That's home. Now, notifications inbox is going to bring up all of your notifications. So we did already talk about email and push notifications, but you can also come into your notifications inbox and see all your most recent notifications that have happened within the app. So this is another way to see when you've been notified of something, by coming into this notifications inbox. Next, we are going to talk about company info, and under here we have our corporate calendar. This is going to show you any upcoming events that we have scheduled. For example, on March 25th, we do have a webinar for 5 tools to streamline your social media strategy. It's going to give you all of the information about that webinar, and a description, and then we're also going to have a link here to register. So any virtual events are going to have this click here to register link always. Now in the future, we do hope to be able to host live events again, which in that case, hopefully we come to your area and maybe do a happy hour, or maybe your broker does a local happy hour in your area. We're going to actually use this corporate calendar as a way for you to RSVP, which you just need to go ahead and click attending or not attending. This is also a great way if you want to be reminded of an event, even virtual events. I can come in here and click attending, and it's going to actually allow me to add that to my calendar. So then I have the option to add to my calendar, Google, Outlook, iCal, or Yahoo. So go ahead and use this feature even for virtual events, but this is just going to be a way for you to RSVP for events. Now, there are a few different views of the calendar. We have a month view, week, day, and list. Feel free to browse through these and see what your favorite is. Personally, my favorite is the list view. I think it looks really nice, it looks really organized, and it allows me to see things week by week in a list order, which I like. But find your favorite view and go ahead and browse through our events and join any of them and register. Next, we have our corporate newsroom. This is the room that we've added to cut back on the number of emails our corporate team is sending out. So moving forward, we are going to actually post in this room with anything new that's happening in which you need to be aware of or any important updates. you'll see something else I want to point out. You'll see in your account that you're automatically subscribed to this room. So another way to see what rooms you're subscribed to is by coming into any of the rooms, looking up at the top at the title, and if this green button is on, that means you're subscribed. You can also unsubscribe by simply clicking, like I showed you earlier in the subscription settings. So that's another way to see what rooms you're subscribed to. Next, we have marketing materials. So if you are looking for an Allison James logo, the Allison James letterhead, or maybe a nice Zoom background to use, which is like the one I'm using today. I wish this was my office. It's not. It's a Zoom background. If you want to come in here and download any of those items, please feel free to do so. We made downloading really easy within the app. All I'm going to do is click on, let's say, the Allison James letterhead. I can come in here. Right here, there's a download button. Super easy. It's going to go ahead and save that to my computer as a PDF. So that is marketing materials. We also have our video library. This is where training videos are available for you. Over here, you're going to see different folders in the room. So we have gone ahead and organized these videos into different folders just for your own convenience. We have apps and tools, expert talk, KV Core, and SkySlope. So for example, if I just wanted to go ahead and see the SkySlope videos, I can go ahead and click SkySlope. And it's just going to bring up everything related to SkySlope. Another way to browse through the folders here is going to be up at the top. You can click this drop down and it's going to show all the folders here. And then there's also a nice little search bar. So if you don't want to search through all the different videos and you just want to use your keywords to search, there's a search bar here at the top. I do see some questions coming in. I will just go ahead and answer questions at the end. I don't know if everyone caught that in the beginning. I will answer all questions at the very end, but please feel free to keep typing them in. I just wanted to remind you. KV Core platform. Our KV Core room does have a bunch of tools that you can use within your KV Core account. So the majority of these tools do need to be purchased through KV Core. And we've made it really easy to do that. So if you are interested in any of these KV Core add-ons, please just go ahead and click on them here. And it's actually going to direct you to the marketplace within KV Core where you can learn more about that tool. You can even go and follow through with your purchase if it's something you wish to do. So that is the KV Core platform section. One-on-one calls. Today's training is an overview training, but I do have an Allison James app one-on-one call. If you would like to schedule a one-on-one call specifically for the Allison James app, please go ahead and come in here. You'll be able to read a description if you'd like. And then down at the bottom, we have a link to click here to schedule your app one-on-one call with a member of our team. We also offer KV Core one-on-ones, SkySlope one-on-ones, and social media consultations as well. Next, we have OpCity Leads. If you have not yet signed up to receive OpCity Leads and you would like to, go ahead and click on the OpCity button here. It's going to give you a video brief description, which we have in here. We also have a written out description, and then all you have to do is click here at the bottom to complete the OpCity application. So as you can see, everything within the app is just a click away. Next, we have resources. We do have our corporate contact info in here. So if you do need to grab your broker's phone number or the phone number to the corporate office, go ahead and go into the contact information, and we're going to have all of that information here for you. Okay. Next, we have corporate forms. This is where you can come to update your banking information or your credit card on file. We also have our Allison James W9. Allison James W9. I don't know why that was a tongue twister for me just now. We also have our wiring instructions too. Next, we have policies and procedures. If you're looking for a copy of our liability insurance policy or our E&O insurance policy, they are available for download here. For example, E&O insurance policies, I'm going to come in here, scroll down, find Nevada, and go ahead and click the download button. Again, downloading is just a click of a button away. All right, agent FAQs is the next section. And this is just a section where you can come to see frequently asked questions that we get here at corporate with easy access to the answers. So feel free to browse through these if you'd like. You can always come to us directly at corporate as well, and we'd be happy to answer your questions. Which brings me right into my next section, which is the help desk rooms. So the help desk rooms are a way for you to contact the corporate team or your broker directly from within the app. I'm going to start with the corporate help desk here. And when I open up the corporate help desk, moving forward, instead of emailing corporate, you do now have the ability to submit a help desk ticket. In here, you will only be able to see the tickets you have created in this room so that you can go ahead and easily keep track of them. For today's training, I'm going to use the example of needing a CDA revision. What I'm going to do is at the upper right-hand corner, I'm going to click on this plus button. I told you this would come into play later in the training, and here we are. So we are already in the corporate help desk room on the left-hand side, so that's going to fill in the room. So you don't need to touch this. What you will want to do is choose a folder. And we do have different folders for each department. So we have accounting, agent relations, management, marketing, processing, recruiting, and support team. Now, if you don't know which department your question pertains to, no problem. Go ahead and submit it as a general question. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put in my subject. So I'm going to go ahead and put in 1234 Sample Street as a test. And again, we are using the example of a CDA revision. So I'm going to say sales price was reduced to $185,000. New gross commission is $5,550. Please revise the CDA. So I'm going to put in all my information here. When I scroll down, I can also select an urgency of issue. So let's say that my 1234 Sample Street, it's closing today. I need this revised CDA as soon as possible. I'm going to go ahead and select a high urgency of issue. Okay, and that's going to notify our corporate team that this is important, and it's going to bump to the top of our list so that we get this done as soon as possible. When you scroll down, you'll see that you can also add an attachment. Depending on what your question or concern pertains to, you may need to attach something. You can simply do so by clicking photo, video, or file. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on publish. Now, once I publish this, it's going to show up under my corporate help desk tickets, and I'm going to see my entire ticket here. Once I publish this, that means that Lisa Corsoletti in our processing department is going to receive this CDA revision ticket, and she will be able to respond to you in the ticket once it's been issued. I do want to point out that anytime something happens with your ticket, whether the status is changed or whether a comment is left on your ticket, you're going to get notified. So let's say Lisa's in the process of working on issuing the revised CDA. She may go ahead and change this status to in progress. You'll get a notification of that. Now, when the CDA is issued, you can come down here, or she would come down here, leave a comment and say, hey, Tori, your revised CDA has been issued. Let me know if there's anything else I can help you with. Post that comment. I'm going to get notified. And then once everything's taken care of with this 1234 Sample Street ticket, she can go ahead and close the status. So change the status to closed, which then you'll get notification of as well. All right. So again, this is going to be a great way for you to communicate with your corporate team and keep track of any requests that you have submitted to us. And another way to kind of filter your requests or your tickets are going to be up at the top. There's this drop down. So you can come in here and just view your open tickets, just your closed tickets. And then you can also view all open or closed tickets for specific departments as well. So depending on what you're looking for, you may want to use this filter. Now, next we have our Nevada broker help desk ticket. So moving forward, instead of emailing your broker, Ron, now you do have the ability to submit a help desk ticket. Again, you're only going to be able to see any tickets that you have created in this room, so you can easily keep track of them. So, for example, let's say you need an approval on a transaction and you need to ask Ron to go in and look at that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come into my Nevada broker help desk. I'm going to click on our plus button up at the upper right hand corner. For the brokers, we also have different folders to choose from to categorize your questions. So we have board MLS questions, file approval request, or general question. I'm going to go ahead and click on file approval request. I'm going to go ahead and put in the subject. Let me use a different one. 123 Main Street test. I'm going to say, hi, Ron. Please approve my file. Closing is today. Thanks. And again, I'm going to be able to select an urgency of issue. So closing is today. I have high urgency for this file to get approved. So I'm going to select a high urgency. Same thing as the corporate help desk. I can add an attachment if I need to, and I'm going to click publish. When I click publish, I'm going to be able to see my ticket, and Ron's going to get a notification of this as well. So when, just like the corporate help desk, when the status is updated or a comment is left on your ticket, you're going to get notified. So for example, Ron may come in here and leave a comment saying, hey, Tori, I can't approve the file until blank is uploaded. He can post that comment. I'm going to get notified of it. He may also at that time change the status to in progress or waiting for response since I have something to do before my file can be approved. Okay, then I can come in here, comment back to Ron, say, hi Ron, it's been uploaded. Please approve my file now. And I can go ahead and change, post that comment. Now when the file has been approved, or even if it gets approved right away, he can leave a comment saying, hey Tori, file's approved, and go ahead and close out this ticket. Okay, same thing with broker help desk. You do have the option to filter your tickets up at the top. All right, so those are the help desk rooms. The next rooms we're going to talk about is discussion rooms. So we do have a nationwide discussion room. This is where you can openly communicate with all the Allison James agents in every state. So let's say you're looking for an agent in the San Diego area. What I can do is I can actually, again, use my plus button in the upper right-hand corner, and I'm going to post in the nationwide discussion room. So I can put in a title. I can say looking for an agent in San Diego. Hi there, I'm looking for a San Diego agent to refer my client to. Thank you. Okay, so feel free to put whatever you'd like as your title, description, whatever you want to post in this. This is just an example I'm using. And what I would do is I would scroll down. I can attach anything as well, but I'm going to hit publish. Now, I'm not actually going to hit publish because I don't want you all, along with the rest of the Allison James agents, to get notified of this. But this is just an example of posting in the nationwide discussion room. I do want to show you what it looks like once something is posted. So once something's posted, your post is going to pop up in this feed here, and I can click on any one of these posts to come in and like it or comment on it. So you'll see that we do have a couple discussions going on already. For example, one of these discussions that was made earlier this week is an agent saying that there's limited inventory in San Diego and wondering how the market is in other areas. So we do have some communication on this. Feel free to come into any of these posts, read what the post is. You can like them, you can leave your own comments, and join in on these conversations, or even feel free to create your own post as well for other agents to join in on your conversation. All right. Next, we have our Nevada discussion room. This is where you can communicate with your fellow Nevada agents. So this would be great if maybe you're looking for a photographer, need a photographer in, oops, I don't want that, in Reno. You can go ahead and post that. Hi, any recommendations for a photographer in the Reno, Nevada area? So that's an example of how you would use the Nevada discussion room. Again, same thing, just scroll all the way to the bottom and click on publish. Now I'm not going to publish this one, but I did go in this morning and create a welcome to the Nevada discussion room post for you. So feel free to come in and like this. You can comment on it. Again, join in on any discussions that happen within this room, but also feel free to create your own post as well. The next section here is our links. This is actually one of my favorite features of the app, and I think it's going to be yours too. As you know, here at Allison James, we have several different systems that we use, and each one, every time I want to log in, I have to type in my email, I have to type in my password, and I'm one of those people who is always searching for my list of passwords or getting locked out of things because I keep typing in the wrong password. Well, for you, those days are actually over. So there's no need to remember your SkySlope password anymore. All you would need to do is come into this link section. You're going to go ahead and click on SkySlope, for example. It's going to open up a new window, and you're already going to be logged in. It's not going to ask you for a password. So this is a single sign-on feature that is within the app. So KV Core, SkySlope, and ExpressDocs are the ones that require sign-in. So those have the single sign-in feature enabled. Now you may need to come in here and create an account for ExpressDocs, for example. So if you don't have an account, it's obviously not going to sign you in. You'll have to create an account or request corporate to. So that is the links section. Next, and we're almost done. I know this is a lot of information. I hope you guys are enjoying it so far, though. Next, I want to talk about private posts. So if you do need to contact anyone within the app directly, with an issue or a question, or you just want to say hi, this is a great way to do so. So this can actually replace emails. So instead of emailing us, obviously you can submit a corporate help desk ticket, but if you need to email somebody, for example, me, if you need to come to me directly with an issue or a question, you can come into the private post, and then only I would be able to see that. The entire corporate team would not be able to. So I'm going to use myself as an example. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and search in the upper right hand corner using my search button. I'm going to search for a member. I'm going to type in my name. And you will see that profiles pop up. So if you do need to contact me directly for any reason, please go ahead and use my thunter@AGI Corporate. I'm going to click on my profile. Underneath my name and my title, you're going to see a button that says send a private post. Now, when I click on that, it's going to open up something that looks just like an email. I can go ahead and put in a title, a description, and publish this. Now, once I publish this, I'm going to get notified, and it's also going to end up in your private post as well. So moving forward here at corporate, instead of emailing you directly, we're going to start creating private posts to the agents as well. So just keep that in mind, that we are changing our form of communication so everything is here within the app. Now, if you need to go back and look at your private post, you can do so by coming into under my tools, going to the private post section. This is going to show you all the private posts that you're a part of. So whether you've created your own private post or whether you've been sent a private post, that will all be right in here. Okay. The last thing I'm going to go over today is all the way at the bottom, you will see a section that says team chat. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about team chat here. So by using this team chat feature, you can actually start a chat with anyone within the app. So much like the private post, you can create a private post with anyone within the app, but you can also have a chat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this plus button. I'm going to go ahead and create a chat name for whatever chat I'm creating. So I'm going to use the example Ask Allison James. And you can copy exactly what I'm doing as soon as we're off the webinar. You can actually come in here. We have an Ask Allison James member, and this goes directly to our support team. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm this. I'm going to create this chat. And it does take a few seconds, but once it's created, which it's working on it, there we go. In the upper right-hand corner, upper left-hand corner, you're gonna see the subscribed button is turned on. So anytime something happens within this chat, I'm gonna get a notification. You're gonna see the Ask Allison James because that's what I named it. And then you're also gonna be able to see the members that are within this chat. So again, you can come in here, create this one with Ask Allison James. And you can say, hi, I need a logo. I do want you to keep in mind that yes, this may be a more instant way to get in touch with someone, or may seem like a more instant way. This isn't a chat bot by any means. Whoever's responding to this is an actual human. So if you're not getting that instant response, that's because maybe we're on the phone, maybe it's at night or the weekend, we're out of office. We'll make sure to respond to you as soon as we're available or back in the office. So just keep that in mind. It's not a chat bot. It's actually us responding to that. I do also want to give the example that if you have a team and you want to start an entire chat with your team, you can come in here and name it maybe your team name chat and add all the members you want. You can have more than 2 members in here. So that's an example. Another example of using this would be a chat with Ron. So if you want to say chat with Ron, I'm going to come in here, search for members, Ron Ventura. And here he is, and I'm going to go ahead and confirm that. That's going to go ahead and create a chat back and forth with Ron. Okay. Now, last thing I want to point out about the chats is every time, let's say you are chatting with Ron, every time I need to reach out to Ron via chat, I don't need to create a new chat. This chat is going to save forever. It's not going anywhere. So once you start communicating in here, all communication with Ron can stay in here if your preferred type of communication is through the chat. So again, you don't have to keep creating new chats every time you want to start a new discussion. They're all right here for you, and they will save. So we have been looking for a long time for a platform which would be a true one-stop shop for you to access everything you need, provide easy communication with your broker, the corporate team, and your fellow agents, as well as instant access to our systems. We want to make things easier for you to access, and we strongly feel that this app is going to do just that to help bring everything and everyone together. We have gone ahead and built this app with the basics to start, and we will be adding additional features to make the app more local with additional ways to communicate. So some of the ideas that we have is maybe an open house room or investors looking for properties room. We have a lot of ideas, and we really want to make those and implement those ideas. So we need you as the agent to utilize this as much as possible to help make this app successful. That actually concludes my training for today.